Hello, and welcome to Hereby Nature. Today, I want to share something close to my heart. How gardening has deepened my relationship with God. You see, I've always loved spending time in the garden, digging in the soil, planting seeds, watching things grow. But over time, I realized that gardening is much more than just a hobby. It's really more of a spiritual experience. And as I reflected on it, I read this verse with new eyes. Genesis 2:15, English Standard Version. The Lord God took the man and put him in the Garden of Eden to work it and take care of it. God created humanity, and the very first task that he gave us was to care for a garden. And I think that is just phenomenal. Before anything else, before cities, industries, even formal worship, he placed Adam in the Garden of Eden to tend and keep it. When I'm out in the garden, I feel this deep connection to that purpose. Planting seeds reminds me of how God plants seeds of faith in our hearts, and caring for the plants mirrors how he lovingly tends to us. Weeding out the garden, I feel like that's just him symbolically taking the bad and sin out of our lives. Gardening has also taught me some powerful lessons about patience, trust, and surrender. I mean, think about it. When we plant seeds, we have really no control over how quickly they'll grow. We water, we wait, and we trust in God to do the rest. And sure, we can put them in a place with the recommended light, test the pH levels of the soil, and just what have you. And yet, it's up to the seed itself to germinate and take off. In the same way, God asks us to trust Him with the seeds in our own lives, our hopes, dreams, and even our struggles. One of my favorite things about gardening is how it forces me to slow down. It's a chance to step away from the busyness of life and to just be in God's presence. Have you ever noticed how God is in the smallest little details? Like the intricate design of a flower, or the way that a vine reaches for the light, or, oh my goodness, not recently with the snow, but how the soil smells a certain way right after a rain. All of it points back to Him. There have been so many moments in the garden when I felt God speaking to my heart, reminding me of His faithfulness, His creativity, and His love. I'm just a girl with old CCE knowledge, a year of reading the entire Bible, and other than that, no formal church training on how to run this channel. There are dreams, hopes, and aspirations that I hold near to my heart. Every time I come out of my shell, I really do fear that I become a little bit more damaged. I try a lot, and kind of like the new growth out right now, right before a hard frost, I've gotten a little bit burnt. Still, I know that God has His plan for me. A plan different to everything that I thought that I would be doing. I have skills, but not the ones for the job that I aspired to hold. Yet, it's all about His will, His aspirations for me, His hopes for my life, His dream. My life is not really my own, but a gift given from God. Last year, God took every single distraction out of my life. For a bit, I lived with my husband at his parents' place, and God proceeded to break me down day after day. He worked within my soul to show me the areas of life that I needed to work on so that I can be ready. He revealed things that I have not noticed and brought them into my conscious mind so that I can just work through them. He imparted the knowledge to me as I became ready for it. Everything led me back to wanting this house, my land, the garden that I never got to create. Depression had its grips on me, and slowly over time, it is getting weaker. I am still wearing my stress, even today. Heck, I mean, even last Tuesday, I had a minor depressive episode. The weather is still too cold to go out into the garden for too terribly long. This upcoming Tuesday, Texas is actually expecting snow, which is wild. And clearly, I am excited for spring and all of that, but I am reminded that now is my chance to rest. The garden gets a rest, and I deserve one as well. For how can I tend to a garden with an empty watering can? My soul needs rest for what God has planned for me, and I will be patiently waiting for His word. If you've never tried gardening, I encourage you to give it a go. You really don't need much. Honestly, just a pot, some soil, and a couple of seeds. And while you're out there, take a moment to reflect on Genesis 2:15. Remember that we were created to care for God's creation, and that He's always with us, tending to the garden of our hearts. Thank you for joining me today and allowing me to share this part of my journey. If this video encouraged you, please like, comment on the video, share it. It's free. It would help a ton. And subscribe for more faith-filled reflections in the garden. If you feel led to share any of the journal prompts that have been on the screen down in the comments, feel free. I'll be sharing one of my own actually to get the conversation started. And I'll also share a free download of all of them in one little PDF in the description too. And until next week, friends, I'll see you then. Have a blessed one. My sniffles. Oh, the wind. When I tried.